Welcome to Louisville Catholic Sports Network's live coverage of signing day at Trinity High School. I'm Paul Najar. In just a few moments, we'll have several of these standout athletes, student athletes from Trinity High School, committing to their college of choice. As we know already, Dalen Dawkins, the running back, will be going to Purdue University. Chris Hubbard, star goalkeeper for the soccer team, is committing to the University of Notre Dame. James Quick, of course, the do-it-all wide receiver. He is committing to the University of Louisville. And Ryan White, cornerback, deluxe cornerback, and punt returner, headed to Vanderbilt University. The one man we still want to hear from is Jason Hatcher, defensive end linebacker for Trinity. Will he commit to, is it Southern Cal? Will he recommit to University of Southern California, perhaps Kentucky, or is Louisville in the mix as well? Crowd's filling up. Students are in here in the cafeteria, and here come the student athletes. They're getting ready to make their decisions. Stay with us. We are covering this live right here at LouisvilleCatholicSports.com. For the Louisville Catholic Sports Network, I'm Paul Najar. We'll have more coverage, not just the signings live. We'll also have interviews after their commitments from the student athletes, and you'll see it all right here at LouisvilleCatholicSports.com on the Louisville Catholic Sports Network. We'll be back. Stay tuned for the live signing day right here on LouisvilleCatholicSports.com.
Well, good afternoon, and welcome to National Signing Day 2013. My name is Joey Porter. I am a 1978 graduate of Trinity High School, so that was a few years ago. Nice to have such a great crowd. Sometimes we have a few people, and today we have a whole lot of people, and that's good because these guys are very, very deserving of this kind of attention. They have brought us all honor. We take time out to do these kinds of moments for a couple of reasons. The first reason is to bring honor upon guys like Dalen Dawkins. They brought a lot of honor our way, so it's time for him to shine, and we don't mind letting that light shine on him for a little bit. And the second reason we do it is to hold people like Dalen up as role models for the rest of you, particularly you young students, to show you what hard work and listening to your coaches can get you, and working with great parents. So we'll start with Dalen Dawkins, and I invite Coach Bob Beatty to come forward and say a few words about Dalen.
Hand it off to me. Hand it off to me.
Before this guy makes his announcement here, I said this earlier to the media earlier this week, in that if this institution that he's going to is intelligent, then they'll build their offense around this young man. He can run it, he can protect, and he can catch it. But most of all, they're going to get an outstanding student that has been raised correctly and understands what it is to be humble and respectful, and has an outstanding work ethic. And I congratulate his family, and I congratulate Dalen Dawkins.
And you got to put your name where your heart is, Dalen. All right, now that the ink's dry, Dalen, let us know where you're going so these folks can give you a big hand.
Purdue University.
Dalen, you're going to Purdue University.
Is that it?
Okay, next we'll have an opportunity for you to talk to all of these folks at the end.
Okay.
Jason Hatcher, I believe you're next. Big personality, Jason Hatcher. Coach Bob Beatty.
Congratulations, man. Thank you.
Being around this guy for 3 years, I knew what he could do. I had seen him excel in many games, but I was most impressed with this young man down in San Antonio at the U.S. Army game. Because down there you have about 46 guys on your team that are the very best in the United States. And I'd heard from some of the big boys, so to speak, that he might be a little light in the rear end to play defensive end. Well, after being with the best of the best down there for a week, not only did I see this young man get in there and not hold his own, but this young man excelled with the very best in the nation. I was very, very proud to be a part of that. Very proud to say that I was his coach, and he's had an outstanding career at Trinity High School. He is going to have a lot of football ahead of him. Once again, great mother and father in their support of our program. There's been many times I've heard his mother in the stands telling me to call a better play. So, and that's a good thing. So with no further ado, Mr. Hatcher.
Jason, where are we going?
We need a pool. We need a pool. Actually, I have one. Oh, yeah, it was a hole in there.
All right, we're going to shift gears from a football to a round ball, a soccer ball, and have our senior class president, Mr. Chris Hubbard, and his parents.
Good night.
Again, what a great example of somebody who works hard, who's been a star in the classroom for all of his career here, and also has been a great leader. I know in our office he's been just a tremendous ambassador for Trinity High School, and we deeply appreciate that. So Coach Barry Swearingen has, I'm sure, a few great words for this guy. Coach.
4 years, and it's going to be hard to let this young man go. He has anchored our defense, led our team, and his family has been the greatest support for our program. Your school is giving you a great player. And we all stand behind you. We're so happy to see you play at the next level. Congratulations.
Right?
Here you go.
And for those of you who don't know, Chris will be attending the University of Notre Dame.
Sign one more time. Good? Okay. Thank you.
I was shifting back to football again now with Mr. James Quick. James James won't remember this, but when he was a freshman, I caught him right back at the backup alumni hall and asked him if he would sing the national anthem one night, and it kind of scared him a little bit. But I think I'm going to get him to do it maybe this spring at the Cross. Coach Baby.
I think this guy's career kind of says it all. I remember Coach Wagner begging me to not take James his freshman year until after the freshman St. X game. I said, I'll do that. So after that game, we moved him up to varsity level. I told our coaches he's moving up for a reason. He's not moving to stand on the sideline. And he started as a freshman. I believe that was the first time in 30-some years at Trinity High School. And his career pretty much says it all from there. Again, he's got a great career ahead of him. I'm crying too that he's leaving. So it's going to be hard to replace, but from what I understand, he's not going to be very far, so we'll all get to see him play. Congratulations to him and his family.
Congratulations, baby.
James Hamilton, University of Louisville.
Jump on the side first. Don't sign anything. I'll sign it after you. Cry, baby.
All right, congratulations, James. Thank you. And last but not least, certainly we have Mr. Ryan White.
What am I doing?
I have the pleasure of meeting all these college coaches that come in. You know anything about the new Vanderbilt coach? He's a dynamic person. Well, I tell these young men all the time to get a good fit. Well, we have a dynamic young man that's going to a dynamic head coach, which then equals explosion. So I think you're going to see great things at Vanderbilt University. And as I told their coach, I said, you know, you're going to get a total package here. You got a young man that can play offense, he can play slot, he can play running back. You got a young man that can play corner, he can play zone, he can play man, and he's also an outstanding return guy. And all I can do is see their coaching staff smile. Once again, we're going to miss him deeply, but he's not very far away. He's going to be right down the road. Congratulations to you and your family.
Where's it at?
Congratulations, Ryan. Before everybody gets away, I'd like to ask anybody, there are other seniors here who are, stay closer, Ryan, there are other seniors here who are committed to being preferred walk-ons, who are getting grant and aids, people that I've talked to who are going to universities that are close by. Come on up here, please. Jason, Chris, James, Ryan, you guys come on up here. Let's get you all together for a group photo. Let's get everybody together. Come on up here, Dad. Come on. Come on up here. Guys, come over here to the center where they can get you. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. This has been a very special group of seniors. Please give them one more round of applause.
We're live in Louisville Catholic Sports with Jason Hatcher. Jason, the decision looks to be putting a big smile on your face.
Yes, it does. I'm happy with my final decision. It was a long time coming. You know, a lot of rumors and, you know, statements out there, you know, but it's official now.
And what do you do to quiet all that? Now that you got your mind set, you're ready to go, the coaches provided you with enough information, you decided to make that choice to go to Kentucky.
I mean, a lot of those was just rumors, you know, a lot of it wasn't even true, you know, with decommitting and recommitting and decommitting, you know, it was a bunch of, you know, stuff just to keep people interested. But, I mean, I talked to the USC coaches and we had an understanding and, you know, obviously, you know, I hated to do what I had to do as far as decommitment, but I had to make the best choice for me. I don't have nothing to say about their program and what those guys are doing out there. I feel like anybody who's going to go to SC is in for a great program. But I just, you know, I know my home is going to be in Lexington.
And Coach Stoops, he must be thrilled. What were his final words that gave them the edge for you?
I mean, I looked at what Coach Stoops and Coach Elliott had done at Florida State. You know, their track record. I know how those guys have coached defensive ends. They've and Coach Brumbaugh, the defensive line coach. You know, how they've been taught. Coach Elliott and Coach Brumbaugh have been taught by the same guy. And you know, that's who I wanted. I believe and trust in what those guys are doing. Thank you.
When did you finally make that decision?
Like earlier this week, like Monday.
How big a relief was it just to decide this is what I'm doing?
It was an amazing relief. You know, me and my mom had sat down and thought about it a long time, and you know, once we made our decision, you know, it was just like, let's shut it all down. You know, we had no communication with any coaches after that, and you know, that's what it was.
Coach Stoops walked in today. They had banners hanging for all the guys. He brought yours in himself just now. Said makes the room look better, doesn't it? What's it say to you that he's that excited about it?
I mean, that's a great feeling, you know, because this is, you know, I am born and raised in Kentucky, you know, and that's a state school. So for him to have that much faith in me, you know, I have to have that much faith and pride in him as well.
What chance was there that you were going to Kentucky with the previous staff?
You know, I don't want to say, you know, but I don't want to speak on the previous coaching staff or nothing like that. But I mean, it wasn't that great, you know, just not to talk bad about anybody.
How did these guys get you swayed since they got here?
Like I said, it was their track record, and I believe in what those guys were selling. You know, I believe that in the way they coach defensive ends. You know, they got 5 out of their defensive ends, 8 defensive ends are going first round this year. So, you know, I believe in what they're doing.
It's been a long time since I've seen so much excitement around the program because of last night, you know, the basketball games were on. A lot of people on the call-in show talking football.
Yeah.
Because of guys like you and Tim.
Yeah, it's a great feeling, you know, and I believe that UK has been a school that's really just underachieved the last couple of years, you know. Up until a few years ago, they went to 5 straight bowl games, and I believe that we can get this program back to where it needs to be. Coach Elliott was very persistent throughout the whole process, is one word I'm going to use. But, I mean, once I had a chance to really sit down and talk with him, I knew that really, you know, that's who I wanted to play for.
Reports in the last couple of weeks, given all the rumors or whatever, that USC coaches had come to visit you from California.
Yeah,
what did they do to try to persuade you to?
You know, my thing at the beginning, before, you know, I really got serious and started considering UK was the distance. You know, it was so far from home out in California. And, you know, once I got Coach L and them, they started showing me the track record. The SC started coming in and saying, look, this is our tradition. So they kind of put me in a tough bind. But overall, like I said, you know, this is home, and I have a great coaching staff here in Lexington. Thank you.
Paul Najar with Louisville Catholic Sports Network alongside the newest Boilermaker. Boiler Up is the new cheer, right? Dalen Dawkins, running back from Trinity, committing to Purdue. Dalen, a long process for you. Talk about your decision and how all the things that went through this, whether it was Cincinnati or even Tennessee and the coaching staff going from Cincinnati to Tennessee, Western, other schools involved, but Purdue's his final choice.
Yes, you know, I'm blessed to have this type of opportunity. You know, the type of degree I'll receive, you know, it's Big Ten football. That's real good, you know. And I look forward to playing in the Big Ten.
You look like you're ready to play right now. It looks like you're chomping at the bit, getting ready. You're excited. But tell us about what Purdue specifically means to you you just said as a student, your course of studies, but athletically in the Big Ten, the challenges that they'll present.
Oh, well, every week we're going up against competition, and I like that. That excites me. I love the game of football, and I probably won't never stop loving it.
You've proven yourself so many times, whether you get injured in a game or you have, you got to deal with something, some adversity. A lot of people talk about your size, but you never, ever stop giving 100%, from game-winning scores against Cincinnati St. X and late in the season against Scott County in the semifinals. Talk about that drive and where that comes from for you.
Well, those two games, the Cincy X game when I was playing on my sprained ankle, and that Scott County game, I was sick, very sick. But I always play with heart. Every game I always play with heart. And I don't care what type of pain I'm going through, I'm going to always finish the game. And I'm going to go till I can't go no more.
Your dad, certainly an influence, a terrific player in his own right at Louisville, a little undersized, but a huge heart, and was a feature back for a couple of years at Louisville when sometimes they didn't have the best teams. But, boy, what do you drive? What do you get from your dad in that category of heart?
Well, I used to sit at home before a game and watch some of his highlights because I loved the way he played, that no fear attitude. I play the same way. No, I'm not scared of anything. I really don't care how big someone else is. I'm ready to play. I'm always ready to play.
And trust me, folks, he is. This is Dalen Dawkins, headed to Purdue University. Congratulations, Dalen. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Paul Najar with Louisville Catholic Sports Network. We'll get to more interviews in just a moment. Paul Najar here in Louisville Catholic Sports Network. We're live at Trinity High School on their signing day. And this is a guy you didn't see up there signing because he's only a junior. Let us introduce you to Reggie Bonifant, future quarterback and a signee, a commit to the university. Well, not a signee, but verbally committed to the University of Louisville. Reggie, thanks for taking your time with us.
Thank you.
You see these guys committing right now, today, a year from today. Project what you're thinking about for your college future.
Me being committed to Louisville, I'm pretty sure I'll be signing up here and committing to Louisville as well. But, I'm really excited about this whole thing that just went about, and I'll be ready to do it next year.
Opportunity to start this coming year to let people see what people haven't seen yet, that only coaches and assistant coaches and people who have been to these camps where you've gone and these high-end quarterback camps and thrown, what can you tell people to expect when you take the field leading Trinity with your wide receiver Cody Swabeck from back in your freshman days? What can you tell them to expect for Trinity football next year out of you and the offense?
It should be a high-powered offense, scoring a lot of touchdowns. It'll be really exciting. Hopefully I'll be able to put on a show and impress a lot of people this year.
You told people about your decision with Louisville. One of the decisions was you wanted to see, after the Sugar Bowl, you wanted to wait and see how they competed against a team from the SEC. What were the other factors? And obviously they beat the SEC team they faced. What were some of the factors, the leading factors, that made you to commit to Louisville?
I think that was the only other factor that I really needed to see out of Louisville. The coaching staff is I'm really cool with the coaching staff, so I think that was the only other factor that I had to see, and me seeing that it just made me want to commit.
And Coach Watson, obviously, was he one of your lead recruiters?
Yes, sir. Him and Coach Bedford.
And what did Coach Watson have to see from you, as a wide receiver? When did he get to see you throwing, and did he see you getting into camps?
He saw the film that I had of me throwing this year at Trinity and the games that I got to play quarterback, and also me at the camp. So he knew the talents that I had, and he was really high on it, and he knew my situation at Trinity, so he was just waiting and patient with it, and he knew that I could compete with some of the best players in the nation, so he just decided to offer me.
There's Teddy Bridgewater there now. There are a couple other guys waiting in the wings, one of which just committed today, Kyle Boland up the road. He's committed too. Talk about what that competition, what that type of competition will mean for you as a quarterback.
Going to Louisville with the competition that they have now, it's only going to make me a better quarterback. And, I want to go somewhere where they're going to push me and have other good players around me. So doing that is going to help me a lot.
Biggest dream about going to Louisville, could it be throwing to a guy like James Quick, maybe your teammate?
Oh, yeah, it could be pretty soon. Yeah.
This is Reggie Bonifant. He's a junior, folks. He's only a junior. He'll be the quarterback next year at Trinity. He's already committed to the University of Louisville. Reggie, thanks you for your time.
Thank you.
Paul Najar of the Louisville Catholic Sports Network will be back with more interviews from Trinity High School right after this. We're live, Louisville Catholic Sports Network, with James Quick. Now it's official, committed to Louisville. Talk about what this day has meant to you, all the hard work, all the time, the preparation, and the effort you put into this.
I mean, coming in my freshman year, me and the guys that signed today, we all had a goal, and that was to go to college, on scholarship and sign, Hopefully, we all thought it was going to be to the same school, but since it's not, we're all happy for each other, and just going out there and having it all over with is great.
Looking forward to your first, first competition against your teammate Jason Hatcher down the road there. He's going to Kentucky. Might you get maybe one of those jet sweeps to go around his end maybe?
Hopefully, because, having Jason out there and having him have to chase me for a change is going to be pretty fun.
Excellent. But this was a long process. Obviously, you had a lot of pressure and a lot of interest from schools all over. An interesting dilemma with Ohio State really interested in you, as well as Louisville and others, Kentucky, wherever you want to go down the line. You narrowed this process early. What made you narrow that process? What were some of the leading factors to you getting down to those final few schools?
Being close to home, I wanted to be close to home, so my mom and dad and my other family members could come see me play. So being close to home is really what narrowed it down.
And during the ceremony, you had a little interesting little interference from your 2-year-old nephew. His name again?
Jeremiah.
And Jeremiah comes up crying. It sounds like, though, he's going to be real happy to see his big uncle on the field at U of L next year.
Yes, sir.
And James, finally, the opportunity to play at home in front of so many fans that you got to play against, in front of every game, 5,000, 6,000, and sometimes 30,000 fans. Talk about how that's going to translate to your career at the University of Louisville.
Playing at home is really going to be fun for me because, you have all the people that's coming out to support, and hopefully we can pack the house and just have fun.
And that guy right next to you over there, that guy, that Reggie Bonifant, you're thinking maybe in a couple of years he might be catching some of his passes?
Hopefully, absolutely. He's a great quarterback, a great young talent. Just having him being committed to U of L as well is always great.
Fantastic. Thank you, James, and good luck to you. James. Thank you. Paul Najar, Arthur James Quick at the Trinity Signing Day. We'll be back right after this. Paul Najar talking with Bob Beatty live at the Trinity post-signing ceremony. A lot of people standing around, a lot of terrific athletes here, and you got to coach so many of them. Bob, talk about what this day means not just for you, but for Trinity High School and these young men.
Well, I think you saw what they meant to their teammates, where you saw so many of them there. And the nice thing about it is when you have as talented as young men and you still have your teammates' support, it tells you that they're humble. They've worked hard to get where they were. They set great examples, and losing 2 ball games in 3 years. There's 1 national championship trophy up there and 3 state championships up there. So, it's a great role model for our program. And so very, very pleased with them, and they have a lot of football ahead of them.
Absolutely. You talked about during the season, the last regular season game up at Cincinnati and the loss up there, and how you had to bring those seniors in and talk to them about, just refocusing for the postseason and how they responded. That's pretty rare for a group of seniors, young high school players, the way they responded, isn't it?
Well, it is, but, they'd only had 1 other loss, and I told them, losing is an education. You learn from it and you move on. But the key thing is we talked to that nasty weapon, the finger pointing, and there was no finger pointing. There was no blaming it on the defense. There's no blaming it on the offense. Said, we lost this ball game. Let's learn from it and get better in the tournament. Now, we had some close games in that tournament. We had some close games, and you also saw us excel when we needed to excel. And that's part of the discipline that we try to teach here. We expect you to do things, so do them when it's unexpected. And they did it.
You saw, as you mentioned, some of their teammates here, Deshaun Bertram, Jabari Jordan, and even young Reggie Bonifant, guys who who have already committed. Talk about what Jabari and Deshaun and even a Bobby Bryant and others have meant to this team and continuing their high school career or their college career, their careers in college as well.
Well, I think there's two kinds of athletes in the world. There are those that get it done on the field, and then those that take credit for getting it done. Our ball club this year understood that, and for us to be successful, we couldn't just lean on those Division I kids. So the people that you just talked about, Bobby Bryant, Deshaun Bertram, Jabari Jordan, all those kids were what I call the grinders. You know, you have to have them. They believed in each other. James goes down. He's out 2 ball games. We win 2 ball games. You know, and that's the way it has to be done, is they rely on each other. I've had teams before where they relied so much on the D1 kids that they said, well, we don't need to work as hard. And that's a bad recipe. But these kids, they put it all together. They believed in each other. They're very humble. You would never know that they're Division I athletes in the locker room because, let me tell you what now, they ride each other pretty hard.
And that's the word right from head coach Bob Beatty at Trinity High School. I'm Paul Najar for Louisville Catholic Sports Network. Thanks, Bob.
You bet. Thank you.
Thank you.